Hello and welcome back to NDI Central Live, coming to you from the NewTek booth at NAB 2018. We're here in the South Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, webcasting live. Again, today, the rest of the day today, and all day tomorrow as well. Well, next up we have something for you Mac users out there. We have Oliver Breitenbach from Boinx. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Boinx Software, tell us about it.
We are a cool company based in Munich, Germany. Quality German engineering. We do photo and video apps that are fun and easy to use for the Apple platforms, iPhone, Mac. That's basically our main focus.
Okay. Tell us about, I see we're going to talk about a couple of different products. What's Mimo Live?
Mimo Live is our live video production application. Mimo Live stands for multi-in, multi-out live video engine. So we can take any kind of video input, including NDI sources now, mix it, lower thirds, switch to multiple camera angles, social media integration, you know, basically everything. I like to call it the broadcast truck without the truck.
We've heard that term before.
Yes, like it's on a laptop. You can use it on a laptop, or you know, so it's very mobile. And we can stream it out to Facebook, YouTube, record to disk, play out through SDI and NDI with alpha key, alpha channel. So it's a very versatile application. Runs on the Macintosh, and yeah.
How long has Mimo Live been around?
It began its life as Boinx TV 10 years ago. So it's quite matured. And we are at version 4 now, so a lot has happened since.
Very good. And how has NDI affected Boinx software and Mimo Live?
As a software vendor on the Mac, one of the big challenges is that Apple controls all the hardware, so we can't just pop in cards for video inputs. So it's always been kind of a little bit of a problem to get video into the Macintosh. It's a solvable problem. We can do 8 HD SDI sources with Blackmagic card in an extender box, but that's additional expense. So now with NDI, you can just use all NDI video sources over the network, which is already built in. So we don't have to do customers don't have to buy extra hardware to get video sources in. And also there's like a ton of very interesting NDI sources. NewTek announced a couple of things that you probably already talked about, and we can use those in Mimo Live on the Mac, and our users love it. So NDI is a great thing for Mimo Live. And also outputting from Mimo Live to NDI with key and fill allows us to be just a puzzle in a puzzle piece in the production workflow, so we can provide social media integration, graphics, customized graphics, sports scoring, and all that kind of stuff. So
really to use as a separate workstation to kind of feed into other systems.
And feed it into a TriCaster, for example.
Sure, that's great. Well, I know there's a lot of Mac users out there. And it's so
the Mac is a great platform for graphics, right? It's we have a relatively small engineering team, but we can produce an astonishing amount of interesting graphics output. You know, virtual camera, virtual studio stuff. You know. Charts, anything, you know, basically, and that's because the platform already offers a lot of power in the graphics department. We can leverage that very easily.
Now, how are people using Mimo Live? Some of your customers using it?
The sweet spot, absolutely sweet spot, is schools, morning announcements, that kind of stuff. Kids producing a video for their fellow students.
Sure.
And that's kind of a core philosophy of our company. We like to build applications that are so powerful that the professionals will use it. So we have customers in the professional space. and it's so easy to use that the kids can use it. And if teachers come up to me and say, you know, will I be able to learn it? I'm like, just give it to the kids, they figure it out. And you know, I just was in Texas at a school district where they showed me like the middle school kids doing the broadcast. They come in, do a fixed script. They get the content from their headmaster, and then they go through this, producing this. And the grown-ups are just around, you know, supervising. The kids do everything themselves. They set up the computer. They set up all the lower thirds and the news stuff, and then they produce the show. And the teachers just watching them and enjoying
fantastic.
What's going on. So that's what we like about our jobs, is making it accessible to people.
Empowering people to be able to produce real television.
Yes.
So what is a photo presenter?
Photo presenter is an iPad app that we developed a couple of years ago. The idea is you do a presentation. And there are a type of presentation where you don't follow a script. For example, and that's one of the use cases actually, is an aquarium and a person giving a talk about the fish in the fish tank. And they can't make the fish come up at the, you know, in a given sequence. So the shark may swim by and they want to talk about the shark, so they have a lot of images, maybe inner workings of the shark or something like that on their iPad, and they can just pick, and pick the photo, and it will show up on the screen. And you don't see the process of picking the image. So you can go through your photo library and just pick stuff, and then you can enlarge it, and you can do an highlighter on it. And we used to be able to do that on a screen over AirPlay or with an HDMI cable, and now we can also do it over NDI. So they can put a real switcher behind the projection, the big screen, and have someone with an iPad stand on front of it and really select the images that go on the stream and on the screen, and you know, do the highlighting and that kind of stuff. And so Photo Presenter is a cool use case just for how powerful NDI is if you build it into a product, because now we can do the same thing in a broadcast environment, or you know, a podcaster, or they can take it into Mimo Live and stream it to their social media audience over Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, and that's just, you know, one more thing you can do. It's very niche, but it's exciting.
Yeah,
you know, it's cool stuff you can do.
That's available in the Apple Store.
That's available on the App Store, an iOS App Store for the iPad and the iPhone, and basically the app is free. You can play around with it. If you want the NDI feature, it will work, but it has a watermark. To remove the watermark, it's $100 a year, because we think this is a very specialized kind of application. So it's a little more expensive than what you're used to in the iPad space, but it's still dirt cheap if you look at the broadcast stuff, you know.
Great. Fantastic. Well, so how would someone find out more about Boinx?
We do have a website,
surprisingly.
The website is boinx.com, and there's all our products. You can, you know, feel free to browse around and see what's there. And we do have forums where you can post your questions, and you know, so that's how to get in contact with us.
Okay, and Mimo Live will also be added to the NDI store.
Yes, I don't know when. We have
upcoming.
We've submitted all the materials to NewTek, and I hope they will turn it on. Kick it off soon.
Very good. And you're also exhibiting here in the NDI Central Pavilion.
Yeah, we are also at the NDI Pavilion, so if people want to come by and talk to us about...
Stop by and check it out.
Anything, we will be happy to.
Great. Very good. Oliver, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me on the show.
And again, if you want to find out more, go to boinx.com, boinx.com. Well, stick around. We'll be having more guests coming out throughout the day after this short break.